This is APN, the daily English news broadcasting service brought to you by Arakan Press Network today, 14th of February 2017. For me, your daily host, Mr. Sajid Jalal, greeting with you in Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Headlines from the APN by the help of RB News. Why is it proving so difficult to supply Myanmar's Rohingya Muslims with aid? Myanmar to execute Rohingya men for aid on police post. Myanmar to probe police over allegation of crimes against Rohingya. Bangladesh Navy diverts Rohingya aid ship to Cox's Bazar. And US accepts Rohingya refugees from Indonesia. The details are as follows. When a ship crammed with 2,200 tons of rice emergency supplies and 8 workers tried to dock at Yangon port on 10th of February, it arrived to protest by hardline Buddhists. The aid was from Malaysia and part of it was meant to deliver relief to the Rohingya Muslims experiencing a brutal military crackdown in Myanmar's Arakan and Mongdo state. The ship successfully docked in Bangladesh on 13 February. Initially, the boat was banned from entering Burmese waters but was later allowed through by port authorities expressly forbidden to enter a river north to Sittwe, capital of Arakan region. It was permitted to dock just outside Yangon, where it began to unload 500 tons of produce. The rest was destined for southern Bangladesh, where up to 70,000 Rohingya Muslims have fled since the military crackdown in October and are living in the atrocious condition in official and unofficial refugees camp. Myanmar authorities have sentenced the Rohingya men to death for leading raids on police border posts that sparked a deadly military crackdown in the north of Arakan State. Police said on Monday. Hundreds from the Muslim minority are thought to have died and tens of thousands have fled to Bangladesh since the army launched clearance operation 4 months ago to find the attackers. Sittwe police chief Yang Nang-let said the court in the town, the capital of Arakan, had sentenced the leader of the raid in the Korengak border post to death on Friday. He was sentenced to death on February 10 at Sittwe court for intentional murder. Yan Nang-let told AFP without giving a date for the execution. Myanmar is to investigate whether police have committed abuses against Rohingya Muslims. The government has said after official promise that allegation of atrocities against members of the Muslim minority would be looked into. The UN Human Rights Office said in a report this month Myanmar security forces had committed mass killing and gang rapes of Rohingya Muslims and burned their villages since October in a campaign that very likely amounted to crimes against humanity and possible ethnic cleansing. Myanmar has denied almost allegation of human rights abuses in northern Arakan state, where many Rohingya live, and says a lawful counterinsurgency campaign has been underway since 9 policemen were killed in attacks on a security post near the Bangladesh border on October 9 of last year. The Rohingya aid ship Nautical Aliyah has entered Bangladeshi waters and is now heading to Cox's Bazar to ship's crew set. At about 2 a.m. local time, the Bangladesh Navy called us and informed us to go to Cox's Bazar. The ship's second officer Justin Savary Nathan told the staff when met on the bridge. He added that the Bangladesh Navy told him that the ship will be provided with barges to offload the ship's aid cargo. Nathan added that the ship was given an anchor point about 2 nautical miles off the Cox's Bazar coast, which he expected to reach by about 10 a.m. local time. The Nautical Aliyah was previously sailing towards Chittagong, Bangladesh, with about 2,100 tons of aid meant for Rohingya refugees in the country. Cox's Bazar is about 140 kilometers from Chittagong. About the moment the ship is being escorted by two Bangladeshi Navy vessels on February 3rd, Bangladesh declined to let the Malaysian aid ship enter its water but overturned this by allowing them to come in just hours later. A few days later, they declined the ship's dock at Shaknaf at the country's southeastern point and where some Rohingya refugee camps are said to be. Bangladesh then offered three alternatives to Teknaf, including Chittagong, which an mission A organizers accepted. However, the 8 missions volunteers are not allowed to get off the ship or to visit the Rohingya camps. The story of Mohsena Begum of 2nd of December 2016, a Rohingya who escaped to Bangladesh from Myanmar holds her shields and sits at the entrance of the room of an unregistered refugee camp in Teknaf near Cox's Bazar, a southern coastal district about 226 kilometers or 183 miles south of Dhaka, Bangladesh. They drove us out of our houses, men and women, in a separate lines, ordering us to keep our hands folded on the back of our heads, says 20 years old Mohsena Begum, her voice shocking as she described what happened to the little village of Sharafara, which had long been home to hundreds of members of Myanmar's minority Rohingya community. In refugee camps in Bangladesh, survivors of a wave of violence that has swept Myanmar in recent weeks, says government forces have targeted minority Rohingya villages, burning many to the ground, killing the innocent and raping women. Despite the immigration policies introduced by United States President Donald Trump, American representatives in Medan and Makassar have begun to resettle Rohingya Muslim refugees, giving light to the country's recently eclipsed images as the world's beacon of democracy, freedom, and tolerance. The refugees from Myanmar, whose boat washed ashore in Aceh 2 years ago, have passed in interviews conducted by the U.S. Consulate in Medan, North Sumatra, with the assistance of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. Juha P. Saline, U.S. Consul for Medan, confirmed the transfer of Rohingya refugees to America, adding that the process would be conducted gradually. These cases are being processed continually, and those who have the approved travel document can travel to the U.S., Saline said. So this is enough for today from APN English News Service. Thank you for watching our APN News. Please stay tuned for more of this. They are still to come up next update as usual.